Hey there, friend. Let's be honest for a moment. Have you ever had one of those days where you just feel stuck? And I don't mean mentally or emotionally. I'm talking about that uncomfortable, sluggish feeling in your gut that makes even simple tasks feel like a chore. If you're nodding along right now, you're not alone. In fact, studies show that nearly half of us over 60 deal with constipation regularly. But here's the good news. Relief might be as simple as what's on your plate. Now, before we dive in, I want you to do me a quick favor. If you've ever wished for a natural, gentle way to feel lighter and more energized without harsh medications, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell below. That way, you'll never miss out on these little nuggets of wisdom tailored just for us. Deal? Wonderful. Let's get started. You know, as we get older, our bodies change, and that's okay. But sometimes, our digestion needs a little extra TLC. The right foods can act like a friendly nudge for your system, helping things flow smoothly again. Today, I'm sharing 5 everyday foods that work fast to ease constipation. And the best part? They're affordable, easy to find, and can fit right into meals you already love. Let's kick things off with my personal favorite. Now I know what you're thinking, prunes? Really? Isn't that what my grandmother swore by? Well, guess what? Grandma was onto something. These sweet, wrinkly wonders are packed with fiber and a natural sugar called sorbitol. Together, they soften things up and get your digestive muscles moving. But here's the trick. Start small. 1 or 2 prunes with your morning oatmeal or blended into a smoothie can make a world of difference. And if the taste isn't your thing, try chopping them up and mixing them into yogurt. You'll barely notice they're there. Now, let's talk about a tiny but mighty powerhouse you might have seen in health stores: chia seeds. Don't let their size fool you. These little guys absorb water like sponges, forming a gel that helps. Well, let's just say it keeps everything gliding smoothly through your system. Plus, they're loaded with omega-3s, which are great for your heart and joints. Here's my go-to trick. Stir a tablespoon into a glass of water, let it sit for 10 minutes, and drink it down. Or mix them into overnight oats. Just add almond milk, a drizzle of honey, and let it sit in the fridge. Breakfast solved and your gut will thank you. You know, Martha, a lovely viewer from Ohio, wrote to me last month saying she'd struggled for years until she tried adding chia seeds to her morning routine. Now she swears by her chia lemonade. Just seeds, water, and a squeeze of lemon. Simple, right? And that's the beauty of these foods. They don't have to be complicated or expensive to work. Now, we've covered prunes and chia seeds, but there's another kitchen staple I'm betting you already have that can make a big difference. It's crunchy, versatile, and perfect for salads, soups, or even as a snack. Ah, yes, you guessed it. I'm talking about leafy greens. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Salads? Really? That's all you've got? But hear me out. Not all greens are created equal when it comes to giving your digestion a helping hand. The key is to pick the ones with the most fiber, like spinach, kale, or even good old-fashioned romaine. And no, you don't have to force down a bland bowl of rabbit food. Let me show you how to make these greens sing in your meals. Take spinach, for example. It's mild, it's tender, and it practically disappears when you saute it with a little garlic and olive oil. Toss it into scrambled eggs, stir it into soups, or layer it onto a sandwich. You won't even notice it's there, but your gut sure will. And if you're not a fan of cooking greens, try blending them into a smoothie with a banana and some almond milk. The sweetness covers up any bitterness, And before you know it, you've got a fiber-packed drink that does half the work for you. My neighbor, Frank, bless his heart, used to say he'd only eat greens if they were buried under a mountain of cheese. But after his doctor gave him the talk about digestion, he started sneaking spinach into his morning omelets. Now, he swears he feels lighter and more energetic than he has in years. And the best part? He still gets his cheese, just with a little extra green power mixed in. Now let's move on to something a little earthier, something that might surprise you. Meet the humble sweet potato. Oh, I can see some of you perking up now. Sweet potatoes aren't just delicious, they're loaded with fiber, especially if you leave the skin on. And unlike regular potatoes, they have this magical ability to keep things moving without causing bloating or discomfort. Roast them, mash them, or even spiralize them into noodles. Your gut will thank you either way. Here's a little tip. Try cubing them, tossing them with a bit of cinnamon and olive oil, and roasting them until they're caramelized and tender. It's like dessert, but with benefits. Or if you're short on time, poke a few holes in one, microwave it for 5 minutes, and top it with a dollop of Greek yogurt. Easy, satisfying, and so good for you. You know, it's funny, sometimes the simplest foods are the ones that work the best. And that brings me to our next superstar, a food so common you probably walk right past it in the grocery store without a second thought. But if you've ever felt, well, backed up, this one might just become your new best friend. Now, bananas get a bit of a bad rap when it comes to digestion. Some folks swear they cause constipation, while others say they help. So what's the truth? Well, it all comes down to ripeness. A green, underripe banana can actually slow things down, but a nice, spotty yellow one? That's nature's perfect constipation remedy. The softer and sweeter it gets, the more it helps get things moving. And here's why. Ripe bananas are packed with soluble fiber, which acts like a gentle broom for your system. But don't just eat it plain, though that's perfectly fine too. Mash one onto whole grain toast with a drizzle of honey. Blend it into a smoothie with chia seeds and almond milk. Or even freeze slices and dip them in dark chocolate for a healthy treat. My friend Evelyn from Florida keeps a bunch in her freezer at all times. She swears by her banana soft serve for staying regular. Just blend frozen bananas with a splash of milk, and you've got ice cream that helps instead of hurts. Now I know some of you might be thinking, asterisk, these foods sound great, but what if I've tried them and still struggle? Asterisk, that's completely normal. Our bodies all work a little differently. If that's you, here's my golden rule. Water, water, water. All the fiber in the world won't help if you're not drinking enough. Try keeping a glass by your bedside to sip first thing in the morning, or set little reminders on your phone if you tend to forget. Herbal teas count too. Peppermint or ginger are especially soothing. So let's do a quick recap, shall we? We've got prunes, nature's oldest remedy, chia seeds, the tiny but mighty hydrators, leafy greens, your versatile gut helpers, sweet potatoes, the delicious fiber boost, and bananas, ripe ones only, please. Together, these 5 foods can make a world of difference in how you feel every day. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these before? Did one work better than the others? Or maybe you've got your own secret remedy. Leave a comment below and let's swap tips. After all, we're all in this together, and your experience might help someone else feeling stuck, literally. Here's to feeling lighter, more energized, and taking control of your health one bite at a time. If this helped you, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really does make a difference. And of course, subscribe if you haven't yet. We've got plenty more simple, practical tips coming your way. Until next time, remember, your best years aren't behind you. They're whatever years you decide to make count. Cheers, my friend.